Alright, here's the old seat from the Brandermill Bomber. I'm sure we can do better than this. Let's freshen it up and see what we can do here today on Reid's Garage. Alright, so we have this seat. It's probably about 3 years old. It's seen its better days. Kind of lumpy and bumpy. But I don't know if y'all remember the Groms. I got one of the Chinese Groms for $1,000 like 3 years ago. God had it sitting around. But if you sit on the seat, it slides your junk into the junk right here. And that's not good. So I tried to level it out and make it a little smoother. But you can tell I failed back here. So we're going to fix that now. It's raining outside, nothing better to do. So we're stuck with inside projects. Got to get all these staples out that I jacked up in there. And that'll be fun to watch. Here we go. It's not too bad because it's just plastic. Whatever. So these little Groms, I don't know if any of y'all have one. It's 125cc, and I think the Honda officially goes like 59 miles an hour. I put different sprockets on mine and just stupid little upgrade stuff because it was fun. It's the first motorcycle I could just work on with no consequences because it didn't matter. Whatever it was, I paid $1,000 for it and I could fix it with other Chinese parts off of Amazon. So probably about another $500 into it, rewiring it and putting a shock on it. I will insert a picture here shortly. I was tooling around the neighborhood on it. We have a pretty big neighborhood that has a couple bigger streets around the outsides of it. And I got it up to like 72, 73 miles an hour. I know you can't notice, you can't tell. Yeah, you did. I'm not a small dude. I weigh 240, 250 any day of the week, whatever. Working on that. That's a separate issue. However, it's fun. I mean, it takes a hill and a breeze behind you to get going that fast. And I know you can get hurt on anything with 2 wheels or 4 wheels for that matter. But the chances are much less likely that you're going to seriously injure yourself without any fault of your own. What are you doing? What are you doing, Bobcat? I guess she's bored too. But anyway, it's a sweet little thing. If you've never had a motorcycle or had anything to learn on, all of the stuff is the same. All the wiring is the same. The brakes all work the same. The shocks all work the same. And it's affordable. It's affordable to fix. It's affordable to buy stupid little aftermarket parts for and learn how to tune a carburetor. And if you don't get it right, you just pull over and fix it. There's nothing to be afraid of messing up. It's not like you're finally got your 5.0 Mustang we all had in high school and you don't want to mess it up because you finally got it back and it's your favorite car ever in the history of ever. Yeah. We're talking about a cloned Grom straight from China, 2018. Paid the guy $1,000 for it. Found it on Facebook Marketplace. Nothing else to do. I got it home and I realized I'll insert some more pictures here. I hope. I studied how to do it last night. We'll find out. If editing all went well, you saw it was white when I got it. And I started riding it around and messing around with it. And I noticed that certain parts were rubbing, like on my knees or down by the seat, where the seat connects to the little body work that it has, that it was yellow under it. And I was like, well, I guess that's just the primer or whatever. Some kind of undersurface stuff. Come to find out, the 19-year-old kid that I bought it from had, I don't know if it was white plasti dip or they actually vinylly wrapped it. But it was a pain in the butt, but also kind of like when you have a sunburn and you're a kid and you try to rip it all off and it's actually a blast. So for about 3 weeks, I peeled and had my little picks and chisels and heat gun and whatever else, and I peeled it all off. Come to find out, it's bright yellow, which I wasn't really mad at the flat white, but hey, bright yellow's bright yellow. And it has that little cage on it. It's a SSR Rascal. It has a little cage on it, so it looks like the monster, the Ducati Monsters. Very loosely, excuse me. It doesn't look like it. Very loosely resembles. But it's fun. You ride around the neighborhood, go see your buddies, stop at the gas station, and you know, all the other 35 or 40-year-old dudes in the neighborhood pull up like, what is that? And they can't help but smile and wave when they pass you because you're just, I mean, I'm rolling around with the helmet on, a full face helmet like I'm going 600 miles an hour, listening to DMX or, you know, whatever it is. But I think I'm on a real motorcycle, and I realize, yes, I do look like Mario Kart. I'm sure it looks like Bowser on a yellow motorcycle rolling down the road at 50 miles an hour. But I don't care because people can see me smiling through the helmet. It is so much fun. And I'm not going to get a speeding ticket because it would take me about 4 hours to get up to that speed. And then even then, I think a cop would pull me over and say, well, Reid, I'm not sure how you got this thing going this fast, and I'm not sure why your big ass wants to be on it. Excuse me. Your behind wants to be on it. But slow down and have a blast. I guess it's one of the few perks of being old. You're not bothering nobody. You're riding a 125cc street bike. You don't really get harassed. Especially if you're 245, 250 pounds and the guy's giggling the whole time he's talking to you. A sense of humor goes a long way. I don't know why I said it like that. Anyway. Alright. Let's see here. For all intents and purposes, we have removed the staples. And I have so far, and I would suggest, I don't know why, just because, I leave these front ones in. That seems like they have that straight and pretty good, so it's pretty much the place we want to start from anyway. We don't want to change the lines of it so much as just the padding. But anyway, like I said, if we mess this seat up, who cares? It doesn't cost anything. It's not... I mean, it would cost something. I'm sure it cost us $35 to get another one on Amazon, and we'd have to wait a day and a half. But, hey. I think it's a fun little project, something to do. Alright. Now, don't laugh at me, because I believe the first time I took this apart trying to figure it out, I actually put one of those foam fingers, like, woo! I don't think it was Dale Earnhardt, but it was Jim Beam or something. We'll find out in a minute. After bartending for many, many years, I have a bunch of that stuff attached to a bunch of other stuff. So, we'll see. Gotta go. There's two little 13s. I'm gonna take those out. Those are just for the rear cowl that you can add to it. It's probably not the easiest thing to see, but just getting a little pair of vice grips on there, nothing crazy. And I did find out that Although they won't blow the shavings out of the motor before they put oil in it that they ship it with. They put Loctite on everything, and it's like the permanent stuff, so gotta clean off the bolts when you're done. It's $1,000. What can you expect? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Hanging on for dear life with 3 more threads. Thanks, Loctite. And there it is. Just a little post at the seat. That back cowl would bolt into that. And then that goes on that to hold it to the seat. Horrible explanation, sorry. Boom. And boom. So now we can unwrap this seat. And just roll it forward up to the neck. Like I said, I didn't do a good job explaining it, but they already have the seat coming off the shape of the gas tank and everything else, so you want it to stay similar to that. So leave those front staples in. Alright, and you'll see my handiwork there. But that's just so I can see where it was, and that was better, so I'm going to try to make it pretty much as flat as I can from there to the back, really. You can see I've already done some scraping and contouring of the old foam. And now at least I have a visual reference of where we want to be when we're done. And if this just goes off flat, it'll fill up that void we had in the vinyl. And it should be good to go. I'm not really sure we need to mark a whole bunch because we already know where it is. The seats from the original stitching give us lines where we want to follow. So you don't want to make it wider up where your legs are. You want to make it taller so we sit flat and don't ride around on our junk. All right. Let me go grab the, I guess you'd call it Sugnite of the memory foam. I mean, it's supposed to be for boats, RVs, motorcycles, outdoor furniture. It says it's as good as memory foam, but it's closed cell, so it's stronger. So I'm gonna call it the Sugnite of memory foam. Stay right there. I'll be right back. As promised, Sugnite is in the house. We got a big old slab. I think it's 18 by 18, 1.5 inch memory foam, rated for outdoor use. If anything, it will discolor, but will not lose its affectancy and springiness, for lack of a better word. So, a couple things to think about here. If we do start right here, you kind of want to cut down into the meat of it so you can settle it off and then ride it all out to give you a good plane. Does that make sense? So you could cut it down to here and then do that, and then it's all just one level piece. You gotta be careful though. You gotta be careful. Look on the back and see how much foam you're actually dealing with right there. A lot of that is hollow plastic. So there's the foam right there. And there's my finger. I estimate we have about an inch. Now let's see up here higher. It appears right off this collar. You can feel the plastic there, and then it does kind of dive down. We want to stay inside of this arc so it retains its strength. So I'm saying something about right here. We cut straight down, maybe like 3/4 of an inch. So that would give us, that's my initial line, just trying to make a straight line when I started messing with it. So I think we can probably get away with cheating it down to here, stepping back from this, because the seat's obviously designed like that. So if we step back an inch, inch and a half from the collar of it and go straight down almost an inch, I think we'll be all right. So, in an effort to not totally destroy this thing, let's mark out some stuff. We'll go back in through the back and pinch the foam, and that's where the hole is. All right. Hard plastic. That's all foam. So I'm saying from right about here we go down to at least here. Doesn't matter, I just grabbed a pencil. I'm about to grab a Sharpie because this isn't working. Nobody's ever going to see it but you. We said right about here, so keep it parallel if we can with that initial line. And lead us right into where we had the surface of the seat initially. So it's all going away. We'll do the same over here. So I had to catch up, kind of trying to draw backwards so y'all can see too. Speaking of y'all seeing, so that's our initial marks. Let's try to keep that the same. Congruent, if you will. Now we have our same reference point from the first time we started messing with it. So that does help. I don't really want that to go up that high, so let's stay with this little radius or arc, whatever the correct term is. knock that out. We'll just go in straight here, go down into the foam, and we will come back, not have that, and we will apply Suge Knight. See how we're looking. Alright, I'm gonna go outside, cut this, because otherwise I would be cleaning it up forever, and I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to, and I don't have to. Anyway, alright, go get something to drink. If you're using a cutting wheel or a grinder or something, you can, feel free. Somebody I saw on YouTube, a lot of people like the electric serrated blades like you use for your ham and turkey. If that's what you like, go for it. I just used a regular old knife, and I think I had a razor blade and something to scrape at it with. Whatever works. Alright, I'm gonna go do this outside. I'll see you all on the flip side.